I've been wanting to cover a Reiner Knizia game for a while now, and I think it's finally time. The man is a bit of a legend, just so you know. He's designed hundreds of games, and some of them are really good. Some of his classics include Ra, Schotten Totten, and Lost Cities. All brilliantly thoughtful, yet simply fun games. I guess he also illustrated a Hot Wheels game. So yeah, I clearly had to cover the guy. Today, we'll be covering my second favorite bidding game, Modern Art. It features every kind of bidding you could think of, and even comes with a fancy wooden gavel if you buy it today from greatoakstavern.com/shop. My version didn't come with the fancy gavel when I got it a couple years ago, and my therapist says that that's okay. So, like we do every day here at Great Oaks, we're going to teach you how to play. To set up the game, place the game board in the center of the table. Choose a banker to set up the bank and manage the money. They will then hand $100,000 to each player. Have each player then choose a museum screen and place it in front of them to hide their money. No one should know how much money anyone has until the end of the game, at which point the person with the most money will be declared the winner. Shuffle the painting cards and deal a number of cards to each player depending on the player count. 10 in a 3-player game, 9 in a 4-player game, and 8 in a 5-player game. And finally, hand the youngest player the cardboard gavel, which I appreciate. Now that everything is set up, we can start the game. The game is played over 4 rounds. Each round, players will take turns auctioning off paintings from their hands. As soon as the 5th painting from the same artist gets played, the round ends and the players sell their paintings. However, depending on how many paintings were sold from each artist, their values will change. These value tokens are added each round and have a cumulative effect on the value of paintings throughout the game. So, choose which paintings to sell carefully, as our choices have repercussions that echo throughout the endless void of existence and could cause a hurricane on the other side of the planet. Or you could just spend way too much money on some kindling. Play will begin with the player with the gavel and continue around the table clockwise. On your turn, you will choose one painting from your hand to auction off. There are 5 different types of auctions that could trigger when you do this. Each one is represented by a symbol printed on the top left of the card. The eye represents an open auction. In an open auction, players just shout their bids in real time and in any order, like an auction house. Remember to use your best auctioneer voice. The star represents a single offer auction. Starting with the player to the left of the auctioneer, each player, in turn order, will have one opportunity to either make an offer or pass. When it comes around to the auctioneer, they get the final choice to either sell or make a bid to buy the painting themselves. The lock is a hidden auction. Each player places their bid into a closed fist and reveals them simultaneously. If there's a tie, the player closest to the auctioneer clockwise buys the painting, with the auctioneer themselves having the highest priority. The price tag means you're about to have a fixed price auction. The auctioneer sets and states out loud a fixed price for the painting. Starting with the player to the left of the auctioneer, each player will have one opportunity, in turn order, to purchase the painting for the fixed price or pass. If everyone passes, the auctioneer must buy the painting for the price they set. Finally, this is the symbol for a double auction. If you play this, you may choose to auction off a second painting. But there are a few rules. It must be from the same artist. It cannot be another double auction card. The auction will take the form of the symbol on the second card. And the winner is bidding for both paintings. You may choose not to play a second card. However, if you don't, the next player in turn order gets the opportunity to play a second card to become the new auctioneer for the turn and auction off both cards themselves. If they pass, every other player in turn order has the same opportunity, and if they all pass, then you get that card for free. However, if someone does become the new auctioneer, they auction off the cards normally as if they played them. The player who played that double auction card gets nothing, and play continues with the player to the left of the new auctioneer. A few general auction rules. Money is generally paid directly to the auctioneer, unless the auctioneer buys the painting themselves. When this happens, they pay the money to the bank, essentially removing money from the economy. Anytime all players pass, the auctioneer will just get the painting for free. You can't bid less than the last player that bid, and you can't bid more money than you actually have behind your screen. If you run out of cards, you can't auction off any more cards until you get new cards next round, so just choose carefully. All paintings purchased are placed face up onto the table in full view in front of the player that won the auction. Try to keep track of how many paintings from each artist have been sold this round. As soon as someone plays a fifth card to the table from the same artist, that round is over. That final card is not auctioned, and we must now determine the value of the paintings sold this round. Take a look at all of the cards sold this round, and take a note of the top 3 best-selling artists. Starting with the artist that sold the most paintings, you'll place 130, 120, and 110 token in the row. If there is a tie for the number of paintings sold, the tie will go to the artist depicted further to the left on the board. At this point, everyone must sell all of the paintings they purchased to the bank for whatever they're currently worth. You determine a painting's value by adding up all of the tokens in that artist's column. The tokens will build up throughout the game and always add value to the paintings of a particular artist. However, if a column is completely empty, that means the artist's paintings are essentially worthless. And if this is the case, you must still discard them during this phase. Each player will now draw cards according to this chart. Just reference the number of players you have and the round you're on, and have each player draw that many cards to add to their hand. So at this point, you should have some cards from last round, some brand new cards in your hand, and you should have no paintings face up on the table. Then, you will continue with the next player in turn order. Once you've completed your 4th round, have each player count up their money to determine the winner. And that's how you play Modern Art. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We would love to hear from you. What's your second favorite bidding game? Post your answer in the comments below. And if you have any questions or feedback, we'll be sure to reply as soon as we're able. Modern Art is one of hundreds of great games that you can pick up for up to 30% off at greatoakstavern.com/shop. Click the link in the description for more information. Or just stop on by when you're in town to play this and over 600 other awesome games like it at Great Oaks Tavern.